Travis, I can't bend my elbow right now. I got a loose body. I can't even touch my head right now because I got a loose body stuck in my fucking elbow joint.
Well, go and get that shit cleaned out, Jason.
Well, I'm trying to avoid surgery, Travis.
We got to get some rehab going. Are we not rehabbing?
There's not a rehab. There's just a piece of cartilage that's floating around in there and it's stuck in my joint.
Oh, well, yeah, Jason, you got to go and get that shit cleaned out.
I can find it and then like push it out of the joint and it goes back to being fine. I can't do it right now. It's like stuck somewhere. I don't know if it's in the back or in the front, but it isn't leaving.
Well, go get an MRI and figure it. I don't know.
Anyway, it's not going to be me. What up? Who else? It's got to be a position that's not that physical, right?
Dude, it's football.
Aaron Donald. I mean, bring him back. Bring AD back.
He could do it, no doubt. Go on
a Super Bowl run, AD.
No doubt about it.
Who else could go do it? I feel like Fletcher Cox could still go in there and give some snaps if he wanted to. He's lost a lot of weight, though.
He is? He's down?
He's lost a lot of weight. He's doing good. He's doing good.
How about I got Big Wit? Big Wit could probably do it. Big Wit?
I mean, that guy's made to protect the passer.
Yeah.
He gets out of his bed being an NFL tackle.
I think, we talked about it before. Fucking Joe Thomas could go out there and play tight end right now.
Tight end?
That dude is fucking yoked.
He is yoked.
He is cut up.
Little blocky tight end?
Dude, 100%. I think Gronk could do it. He can give you a bunch of games for sure.
What about any other quarterback? Could Peyton Manning come up out of there?
I don't know.
What's the oldest a quarterback could go?
Peyton had the neck stuff, man.
Like Kurt Warner, get him back out there. You think he could go out there and sling it a little bit?
Kurt?
I saw Dan Marino on the sideline. What's Dan these days?
Dan's probably not even interested.
He looks good though. I'm just going to be honest, bro.
It's Dan Marino. He's probably still got that glow to him. He's just the. I think
we need to just see what's the oldest quarterback that could go out there and function an offense. Dan Marino's 64.
Dude, I'll tell you what, man. Speaking of Kurt Warner, I went to Kurt Warner's his foundation event out in Arizona one year.
Yeah.
And he always has ex-NFL players, quarterbacks, guys that can throw the ball. He had me come in there and we're the automatic QBs. So basically you sign up for a team or you draft your quarterback in a 7-on-7 game. And I was playing quarterback with a bunch of guys from, I think it was the military, if I remember correctly. But either way, you know who was out there fucking slinging it and looking like he was like large and in charge?
Who?
Doug Flutie.
Doug Flutie.
Dude, Doug, I'm pretty sure Flutie still plays in like a men's like baseball league. He like surfs every day. Dude, I'm dead ass serious, dude. Flutie is still like peak athleticism, dude. And he's still wired to like fucking lead the boys to victory. I promise you, dude.
I feel like we should just go on like an old like quarterbacks just giving it one game just to see if they can make it through. We already know a 44-year-old can do it off the street. 5 years removed.
Yeah.
What other quarterbacks are like in that age? Like trying to think of guys that were like
older than 40.
Older than 44, younger than Dan Marino though. Like I just saw Ben Roethlisberger.
Like John Kitna. Kitna was slinging around that same tournament.
Who's younger? Like Drew Bledsoe.
Drew could. I mean, yeah, of course. Aikman?
Troy,
he still looks good and in shape, and I don't know if he's still got the lively arm. That's the thing, man. Personally, I feel like Rivers was around his high school team. He was around, he's out there. He's around the game. He's still probably throwing the ball around, showing the quarterbacks the mechanics and how to get the ball out and stuff like that. Like,
he's got very unique mechanics. I don't think most guys are throwing the ball like he did.
I mean, it's still a fucking live arm. You know what I mean?
No question.
He's never like not had that. So I think he's kind of stayed around the game enough to do it. And I don't know. Yeah. I mean, Dilfer was down there and was it UAB coaching?
Gosh, I'm trying to think of like who was the wave before Peyton? Joe Montana step out on the field for a second.
Joe Montana? Dude, have you ever met Montana?
No.
Smooth cat.
Yeah.
Dude, oh my gosh. I was like, dude, he had the aura of like a movie star, man. Like he was just like the coolest dude I've ever met in my life, man. It was so fun. 100%. He could give you a game. Elway still slinging it around? He's been around the game. He's been over there in Denver as in the organization.
All right. see what he's got.
Touchy subject.
Yeah, we'll see. Let's move on here. We got some questions. Who's winning the NFC? That's a question.
Man.
It's really going to be the Rams or Seahawks. I don't know what all these other teams are doing in this list, right? Like,
yeah, I think Rams take it. They got a little bit more of a veteran feel to them right now, even though the Seahawks are playing fucking great. I'm pretty sure if it ended today, they would have it, right?
The Rams would.
Yeah. I don't see them.
Now, the Seahawks did, the last time they played them, they lost barely, but Sam Darnold turned it over 4 times. So, it'll be interesting to see who comes down out of that. But I don't think it's going to be the Bears. I think the Bears are going to lose some of these games coming down the stretch. NFC North is going to beat the crap out of each other. 49ers, I think what Kyle Shanahan's done and that staff this year with all the injuries has been incredible. But no, I think it's the Rams and Seahawks in that division this year. Packers just lost Parsons, which I think they're still a good team, but Parsons was the guy that, they went out and paid. They knew they needed a piece like that to be, a 4-down rush team and do all the interesting stuff in the back end that Halfley likes. And now they're going to potentially have to blitz a little bit more and mix it up to generate the pressure. Or Rashawn Gary's going to have to start playing like Micah Parsons, which he's had a great season, but a lot of that is because he's been out there with Micah Parsons. I think the Rams are the best team right now in the NFC. Eagles are right there. I think they're going to keep playing better, and I do think they're going to be formidable in these playoffs. The Bears, Ben Johnson, as these guys rolling. What do you think of the Bears?
I love watching them, man. There's some of those teams where you could just see, I don't know, man. I love watching teams that have Eric Bieniemy as their coach.
Eric Bieniemy's on the Bears?
Fuck yeah, baby.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's a running back.
Running back coach?
He's over there, dog. There's just something. And then my guy, Joe Tooney. There's so much familiarity over there just from those guys and obviously hanging out with the tight ends. And they got a young guy in Colson. They got a fucking veteran in Colt.
I love watching the scheme. It is so creative, and I just feel like they're a few pieces away, it feels like.
Yeah.
But you never know. All right, who else? Packers.
I think that's about it. But we do get to see the Seahawks and Rams play this Thursday, so there'll be some implications on how that NFC and definitely the NFC West plays out here late in December. Baby.
According to Jason, that evening at 1587 wasn't planned to become a story anyone would ever tell. There were no cameras lurking, no press releases, no velvet ropes, just a clatter of dishes, the hum of conversation, and the aroma of seared steak drifting from the kitchen. The place itself, 1587, is more than just a number on the door. It's named for the founding year of Kansas City, a detail most regulars overlook. But for Travis Kelce, it's a second home, a place where the laughter of close friends and the comforting presence of family fill the high ceilings and brick walls with warmth. That night, it was just a table, just a meal, and for Taylor Swift, it was just a small circle away from the world's endless eyes, somewhere she could set down her guard along with her handbag. Jason Kelce, ever the quiet observer, has a peculiar talent for reading people through the way they eat. He doesn't do it to judge, he insists, but to understand. You can learn a lot from how someone eats steak, he quipped, drawing a chuckle from Travis on their podcast. As servers placed the main course on the table, Jason couldn't help but notice Taylor Swift gazing at her steak, a slight smile curving her lips as she cut a modest piece. There was no fussing, no dramatic request for substitutions, just a calm acceptance of what was there. And in that tiny, unremarkable moment, Jason found himself reaching for the salt shaker, not quite sure why, but feeling as though some small gesture was needed. He leaned slightly toward Taylor, holding the salt out like an offering, and asked her if she'd like a little more. She looked up, her eyes warm and unguarded, and nodded. The smile she gave wasn't the dazzling, rehearsed grin of a stadium superstar, but the quiet, genuine one you flash at family, at people you trust. Jason shook out just enough salt, careful not to overdo it, and set the shaker back down. It was over in seconds. Yet as Jason recounted this moment, it was clear something unspoken had shifted. In that subtle exchange, he realized Taylor fit in with the Kelce clan in a way that transcended her fame. She was present, relaxed, and not trying to be anyone but herself. The whole table seemed to exhale. Conversation picked up Laughter rose and fell in waves, and for a brief window of time, the outside world simply didn't exist. Nobody was checking their phones or glancing at the door. There was only the comfort of good food and better company. Even the servers, used to the occasional celebrity guest, seemed to treat the table with the easy familiarity reserved for regulars. Later, as the plates cleared and the evening wound down, Jason found himself replaying that fleeting salt-sharing moment. He wondered how many people ever got to see Taylor Swift like this, unguarded and at ease, without an agenda or expectations. It made him think about the stories people tell about celebrities, about how the smallest gestures get magnified, dissected, spun into headlines. But there in the cozy glow of 1587, it was all so ordinary and honest. Travis, for his part, seemed to take pride in the simplicity of the evening. It wasn't about impressing anyone or orchestrating a spectacle. It was just dinner, the kind of night you hope to have again, the kind you remember not for the menu, but for the feeling. As Jason told the story on the podcast, he did so with a kind of reverence, taking his time with the details, making Travis laugh with his imitation of the salt ritual. Listeners could almost picture themselves at the table, watching the scene unfold, wondering what it would be like to share that calm, unfiltered space. It's strange how the most memorable moments rarely announce themselves. They arrive quietly, tucked into the seconds between conversation and laughter, found not in grand gestures but in the offer of a little more salt. For Jason, that night became a reminder that even the biggest stars are just people, happiest when they're seen and accepted for who they are, not what they represent. The story lingers not because of who was at the table, but because of how everyone made each other feel, welcome, unpressured, free to be themselves. The world outside would eventually catch wind of the dinner, as it always does, and try to pin it down, to turn it into something bigger or more significant. But for Jason, Travis, Taylor, and everyone else at that table, the magic was in its ordinariness. A simple meal, a shared smile, and a sprinkle of salt, quietly binding together a memory that would outlast any headline. Reading about that unplanned evening, it's hard not to wish for more moments like it, where the noise fades, the masks drop, and the world feels just a little bit smaller, a little more like home.